morning, and welcome to Talk of the Town on 99.7, 1450 WHTC, and WHTC.com.
And we welcome you to Talk of the Town for this Tuesday, November the 10th. I'm Gary Stevens. The Master Gardener, Jan Musin from the Bryan Seed, will join us after the 10 o'clock news block. Jared Fritzma is in for Patty Vandenberg. What's new around Holland will be coming up in about an hour. And we'll have some open line following the 11 o'clock news block. But on the second Tuesday of the month, we have our monthly update of what is going on at the Holland Museum. And on the other end of our Zoom connection is Katie Baker, who is the communications, development and communications manager for the museum. She joins us now. Katie, good morning and welcome back to WHTC.
Good morning, Gary. Thanks for having me.
Glad you are with us. And if you have a question about what's going on at the museum, she'll be happy to answer it at 395-1450, 395-1450. And when we conclude our conversation, we'll give you, the listening audience, the opportunity to find out how you can be a part of the Holland Museum and help them in their ongoing efforts to preserve our history and to tell the story of Holland. It's, again, one of those situations, only maybe once or twice a year, Katie, do we have a chance to have this segment before the second Monday of the month, which is the open house type Monday for the museum. It was last night, so if you missed it until December, you're going to have to wait. But it's a good chance for people who have maybe not experienced the museum to stop on by and to see exactly what it's all about.
Absolutely. Free Second Monday is a great opportunity. We're open from 4 to 7 p.m. for free. So anyone can come in and enjoy all the exhibits and check out our gift shop and just explore their town. It's a really fun evening, and we invite everyone to come out. What we found is it's a great opportunity for people that are local, that have never been to the museum before, to come in and explore in an evening setting. So there's no pressure, no time limit to rush out, which is really fun. And our next one is December 14th. So I actually was just looking at the calendar, Gary. I'm so excited. We'll be on the 8th next time. And so it'll be before, so we'll be able to talk about it to join us. But if you're looking for something to do in December, mark your calendars, because this is a really great opportunity to come in and see your local history.
And of course, the Holland Museum is located where the old post office used to be, at the corner of 10th and River in downtown Holland. And this is only for the Holland Museum. It's not for the Capon House or anything of the other facilities being operated by the Holland Museum. I know it's only one thing.
Absolutely. It's just the Holland Museum right now. The Capon House and the Settlers House are closed for right now for the season. We're usually only open seasonally with those two homes. This summer, we were not actually able to be open because of COVID, another casualty of the COVID virus. But we are looking forward to having that open again soon. And we are open, I think, for private tours. So if anyone's really, really interested and they want to come in. The other great thing about the Capon House is that you can take a virtual tour of it right now on our website. So that's a really good opportunity to stay home, sit on a Friday evening when you're looking for something to do, and check out our website. We have a great virtual tour of the Capon House.
And of course, the website is hollandmuseum.org. We'll put a link to the Holland Museum webpage when we put the podcast of this particular conversation on our webpage at WHTC.com in a little bit. If you have a question about the museum, Katie Baker can be answering it. She's the Development Communications Manager for the museum at 395-1450, 395-1450. Another nuts and bolts question, just sort of just remind people about some of the things that might be different about the museum. We'll get to that in just a second. Good morning. You're on the line with Katie Baker from the museum.
Yeah, I got a suggestion.
Go ahead.
Duke Van House life story.
Yeah, we'll see if whether or not, there's a lot of things there. Appreciate the call. Thank you very much. The former host on this particular chair. Well, actually, not this particular chair. The chair that Duke was in is in my office now, but it was in this particular spot. But certainly, let's put it this way: his history would be a very interesting spotlight for the museum.
Absolutely. And we do have a great collection on our digital collection site. So if you go to hollandmuseum.org, click on collections along the top menu bar, you can view our digital collections. And I know that there's a great wealth of information from WHTC. If you scroll down, click explore the collections and then scroll down to the W section, you'll find a great area, a great section of history from WHTC, because we love to celebrate local history, right?
Yeah, we're a part of it. We've been slugging away since 48 as part of the Holland community of this particular radio station. But a nuts and bolts question, or a nuts and bolts thing, if people do want to go to the museum right now, talk about the hours and talk about the protocols that need to be followed, Katie Baker, if people want to go to the museum right now.
Absolutely. We've condensed our hours from what people might be used to. Our hours, we've extended those hours and also shortened the days that we're open. That's for cleaning protocols. And we're finding that these are really great hours for people to come into the museum. So we're open Monday, Friday, and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So a little bit longer than we were before. We do ask that you wear a mask during your visit. And we have hand sanitizing stations throughout the museum. We have 6-foot distancing stickers on the floor, just to remind you. And we do have an opportunity on Monday mornings from 10 a.m. to 11:30. If you have a medical reason why you cannot wear a mask, we invite you to join us during that time. We hope that everybody else in your party will wear a mask, and our staff and our volunteers will be wearing masks, but we want to be sensitive to people that have medical conditions and can't join us during the rest of the time when we're open. So this is a great opportunity. If you have any other questions, if you need information, if you need clarification on that, we have a whole COVID-19 web page dedicated to that information. And also we invite you to call the museum. If you want to talk to somebody and get all the details, please just call. It's 616-796-3329. And that's a great way to just get all the information in one spot.
Just repeat the number one more time, please.
616-796-3329.
I always like people to repeat the phone numbers because somebody might be, hey, I got to write that down, and the opportunity is lost. We want to give them that opportunity. And of course, we'll repeat the information about how you can be a part of the museum a little bit later on. One other thing about the museum that we need to remind people of, the Spark Lab, unfortunately, is still closed off.
Yes, and it's kind of a network wide right now. Spark Labs are figuring out how Spark Lab comes from the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C. My understanding is that they're still closed as well. And it's a network. We have 10 locations throughout the country. We're one of 10, which is very exciting in Holland, throughout the whole US. And my understanding is most of them are still closed because we're still trying to figure out the safety protocols. It's a hands-on invention space that is amazing. For kids, my 4-year-old told me the other day that he wants to go back to Mommy's Museum so he can play in Spark Lab because he loves it. It's a great learning opportunity. Other things that we're trying to do, though, is make sure that you're still getting some STEAM information from us. So on our Facebook page, every Sunday, we're sharing STEAM Sunday activities. So if you're looking for some new activities, I know right at the beginning of the pandemic, everybody was sharing at-home activities, and you might have gotten burned out on those right away. So we decided to start this series up to really engage people and give people an opportunity to look at new inventions, new ways to do experiments, and new ways to engage at home learning that's fun. One of the things that we did over Halloween was a candy catapult. So my son and I created a catapult out of jumbo popsicle sticks, and you got to pull down the catapult and shoot a piece of candy across the room. Let me tell you, for my almost 5-year-old, that was the highlight of Halloween, Gary. He had so much fun. And then we got to talk about what if there was a big pumpkin candy, those like the bigger pumpkin hard candies, it went farther. But if you had a candy corn, it didn't go as far. And so you got to talk about the distance and how when you press down on the catapult, how far it goes. And we talked about distance and what made it, tried to get it into a bucket. My dogs ate a lot of candy that day, but it was really fun.
It brings to life the popular handheld game, or shall we say smartphone game of a few years ago called Angry Birds.
Yeah. Yes.
It brought it to a little different way. And no, we are not encouraging people to put Angry Birds into real life. We don't need explosive things in there. Anyway, 395-1450 if you have a question for Katie Baker of the Holland Museum. And we've been talking about some of, again, some of the nuts and bolts, hours, things that are not running, things that you can still do, stuff like that. The exhibit right now, the major exhibit for the Holland Museum, deals with what we had to deal with basically a week ago. It's still on top of mind for a lot of people, and certainly the exhibit's going to keep on going through much of the winter. It's Election Reflection, memorabilia from Holland, Michigan. Tell us about the exhibit, Katie.
This is a really great exhibit. It's nonpartisan. There is no politics, so you don't have to worry about being inundated by political left wing, white wing, whatever. Middle, whatever, wherever you are on that spectrum. It's just political memorabilia. So think about buttons and cigarettes from the 1970s, cigarette packages, and posters and campaign. I know we're all sick of the campaign commercials, but you might get a kick out of some of the campaign commercials that were from the 1960s, 1950s. The I Like Ike commercial that gets stuck in your head when you come into the gallery now is super fun. So just something different. And it is an opportunity to kind of look at political elections in a little bit different light, because we look at it so right now it's so divisive. And this is a way to really reflect on how it's changed over the years, how buttons have changed, just ways that people have supported their political affiliations. And I think it's a really educational exhibit. And I think it's an opportunity to examine both national and state election artifacts in a great space.
Good morning. You're on the line with Katie Baker, and that was not a call that somebody wanted to chat with you. Apologize for that. 395-1450, 395-1450. If you have a question for Katie Baker of the Holland Museum, she'll be with us through the top of the hour. I'm going to just mention this in passing, and then we'll move on. Earlier this year, I read a story from our wire services. Some guy in Kansas saved a half-eaten fish sandwich from the 1960 campaign by Richard Nixon, threw it in the freezer, then trots it out every once in a while. That is not going to be part of the exhibit. Are you going to try to save
any of the toast? You hear those stories about the toast that's in the shape of, Bill Clinton. We don't have that. That's not see that at the exhibit, but what's neat about the exhibit is that all the artifacts are from our collection. So these are all collected from Holland residents. I know we have a lot of members and supporters of the museum that come in, and they are very excited to see their artifacts on display in the museum. And our temporary exhibits are a way that we are able to showcase what's in our collection.
Katie, let me ask you about the Diversity and Culture Celebration Book Club. It is something new that the museum's trotted out, and considering that right now diversity has become very much a hot button topic, this is right up the alley for some people. Absolutely.
This is a new group that we've joined. We're working with the Empowering Youth Global Connection is our partner in this, and they have helped collect. We have over 200 books to choose from. Participants sign up on a Google form that can be found on our website, and you can check out books. It's a lending library, but with an opportunity to have a discussion on Empowering Youth Global Connections Facebook page. And looking forward to meeting virtually or in person soon. But these are just different types of books than you might have in your personal collection. And it's a pickup is on every Monday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And you can come and you get your tote bag and you can check out new books. We have books from around the world, books on diversity, books on different cultures here in the US. It's a really great opportunity for kids and families. And I believe that there are adult books too, that is, but a lot of children's books. Just to expand your library for a short time, just like a regular library. And you can come and pick up new books and drop them off, and they're sanitized, so you don't have to worry about that when they come back. And it's a great opportunity to expand your library right now.
And of course, if you are going to borrow a book in this particular collection, make sure you bring it back. We don't want to have stories done by maybe somebody in this chair about 20 years from now saying, somebody brought back a book to the Holland Museum they took out in 2020, and they found it in the year 2039. No. Let's not do that, okay?
Yes, but we understand if you need to keep it for a second week to reread it. I understand.
Yeah. Let's just say, why don't we be considerate? There's some virtual programs and discussions coming up over the next, I would say, a couple of weeks between now and the next time we chat in December. Katie, tell us a little bit about these programs and how people can get involved.
Sure. These couple of programs that we have coming up, we have 3 between now and the end of the year that we're talking about. These are part of our Cultural Lens program series. And this is a great series that has come out of the Them exhibit that we held last November through February that really talked about diversity, inclusion, and equity that I think is a very important topic for a lot of people right now. What we heard was that people wanted us to continue having these conversations. And so we've continued with some of our programming around this now that we have virtual figured out a little bit more. We have one coming up in November that is also celebrating National Native American Heritage Month. It is called A History of the Anishinaabe Family. I'm not sure I'm saying that right.
I can understand that, but I butcher names all the time. That's okay.
I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. They are the white pigeons of Holland, and Elizabeth White Pigeon will be sharing her family's history with us. This is a great family program, so we're encouraging you to join in with your families, children, to tune in together. She will be sharing oral histories, handmade crafts, traditional life ways, and this is an opportunity to really ask questions and learn together for the family. That is Tuesday, November 24th from 6 to 7 p.m. And we do try to have these available after the event, but you'll want to sign up on our website for the virtual email to get that distributed to you before the event. And then on Thursday, December 3rd, from 7 to 8:30, we have Jenny Mills and Jay Knight. Jay Knight, this is their 3rd program that they'll be doing with us. And they will be joined by their partner, Jenny Mills, who will be having a conversation that explores gender and the traditional binary of male and female. So this is a great opportunity if you don't understand all the LGBTIQA+ in that long acronym. So this is a great opportunity for you really to learn about that and explore just more diversity in a different way.
Yeah.
That on our website.
Yeah, that's certainly something that people can get involved with. So basically, more information on the Facebook page, more to be involved, or through the website?
Both. You can visit both. And our last program is Thursday, December 10th, and that is about doing the work and authentic allyship. So we've heard a lot during the DEI discussions about how to be an ally. And this is a great opportunity to really dive deep and understand what it means to be an ally and how you can help be an ally in different communities going forward.
All right, Katie Baker, nuts and bolts. back to nuts and bolts time, if you want to call it that. The Holland Museum certainly needs the public support, not only by attending, but not only by participating, but also their financial support. How can people be involved with the Holland Museum?
There's a variety of ways. We'd love your support as a member. We have different levels of membership. We have a basic membership, a family membership, and a premium membership. That premium membership, if you like to travel, gets you into other museums throughout the country throughout the world with our NARM membership. And also you could get the Michigan History Magazine with that particular membership level. That's our premium level membership. We are also looking for donations during this time, like many other nonprofits. So you can join on our website. You can make a donation through our website. We also have a monthly giving option. So if you would rather do a smaller sum monthly, we can automatically deduct that out of your bank account or your credit card. And that's a really great way to give, make a big impact throughout the year. And so we're really encouraging monthly giving right now too, because I think people aren't sure where what the state of the world is. So, $10, $20, $30 a month really makes a difference to us. And you might not notice it as much if you skip Starbucks one day or something.
One final thing, and again, this might be more for Ricky Levine, the executive director, but I'll ask you anyway, Katie.
Absolutely.
Has the museum started thinking, all right, once we get on the other side of this COVID-19 situation, how will we present the story of COVID-19 in Holland, Michigan? Have thoughts been done about that particular aspect, even though we're still in the middle of it right now?
Absolutely. Our collections registrar has gone through, and especially when everything was closed during the stay-at-home order, they went through and took pictures of businesses that were closed, empty streets. So we have those in our collection, and we're collecting stories on our website. So what we'd really like is, whether you think you have a story or you don't, it doesn't matter. Gary, I'd love your story, because I'm sure you've heard lots of stories throughout this time too. We're 8 months in, 9 months, I have no idea a sense of time anymore, but we.
By the way, it's 8 months to the day today since the stay home, stay safe went into effect in Michigan.
There you go. See,
March
I have no
10th.
idea. It could be 4 years. I have no idea. So, but we are collecting those stories on our website. If you go to our COVID page, there's an opportunity to tell us your story. I think it's on our collections page, actually, after I said that. But it's an opportunity it's a Google form. Story, please. Even if you don't think it's a very interesting story, I think it's a great opportunity. As a mom, I was at home, had to shift everything back. I had my 4-year-old with us. My husband is downstairs working in a different room still. We're still working home together. So I think it's a great opportunity to just hear those stories, because life has changed for every single person.
Indeed.
And by collecting those stories, we're really able to show what a community we are.
Katie Baker, thank you very much for joining us today on Talk of the Town. Look forward to chatting with you again soon and have another update from the museum next month. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Gary.
That is Katie Baker from the Holland Museum on Real News Now, 99.7 and 1450 WHTC.